Okay, guys, welcome to the 11 Yanks channel again, presented by FanDuel. We are here today to watch Spain versus Belgium. And I don't know about you guys, but I am actively rooting for Spain here. For several reasons. One, I don't want Belgium to go any further. And I still have a bad taste in the mouth from the USA-Belgium game. But also, I think this Spain team has a much better chance of beating an Argentina or a France than this Belgium team does. But Belgium have looked really good the last two games that they played, especially. Well, last three, if you include the New Zealand one, right? In their last three games, they've scored 12 goals. Yeah, because they scored 5 versus New Zealand, 3 versus Senegal, and then 4 versus us. So yeah, 12 goals in their last 3 games. Whereas Spain has not conceded a goal yet in this tournament. So let's see how this goes. Let's get the widget going. We'll put the poll up. Apparently, Yuri Tielemans is out. All right, put your answers in the chat. And let's go over the starting lineup for both teams. Jacob Parnell, very welcome. You're very welcome. We have a video coming out tomorrow, too. A video about the top 20 prospects that you need to be watching and keeping an eye on that could feature for the U.S. in the 2030 cycle. Okay, let's pull up the starting lineup here. All right, so for Spain, obviously, Unai Simon is in goal, the Barcelona keeper. Marc Cucurella at left back, Pedro Porro at right back, Pau Cubarsí and Aymeric Laporte are the center back pairing. Rodri is the captain in midfield, along with, I think it's Fabian Ruiz, thank you. From PSG, Baena is on the left, Dani Olmo is the 10, Lamine Yamal is on the right, and Mikel Oyarzabal from Real Sociedad, who has 24 goal contributions in his last 18 games for Spain. Crazy. For Belgium, and this is inaccurate here because Yuri Tielemans is out, but Thibaut Courtois obviously in goal. Brandon Michele and in goal are the center back pairing. Hugo de Kuiper from Brighton is at left back. Timothy Castan from Fulham is at right back. Tielemans is not there, so it's no news yet on who replaces him. Nicholas Raskin is the other midfielder. Kevin De Bruyne is back in the starting lineup after being rested versus the U.S., and so is Jeremy Doku. Leandro Trossard is on the left, and Charles de Ketelaere, who scored twice. Still hurts, guys. Scored twice against us in such easy, ridiculous fashion. All right, so it'll be okay. Is the starting striker. Hang on one sec. Substitutes. David Raya and Juan Garcia are the substitute goalkeepers. Eric Garcia, Marc Pubil, Marcos Llorente, Alejandro Grimaldo, Gavi, Martin Zubimendi, Mikel Merino, Pedri, Jeremy Pino, Borja Iglesias, Ferran Torres, Nico Williams, who's not going to play, and Victor Munoz. For Belgium, it's Mike Penders and Sene Lamens, Arthur Thiat, Joaquin Seys, Coney de Winter, Thomas Meunier, Alex Salamakers, Axel Witsel, Diego Moreira, Hans Vanaken, Dodi Lukebakio, Matthias Fernandez Pardo, and of course, Romelu Lukaku. Black Dresses says, hope Belgium gets stomped out for petty reasons only. I'm with you. Hey, Pete, how's it going? There's a comment on somebody on IF who said this. It pissed the whole world off, not just the Belgians. It's not only put an unnecessary stain on USMNT and add a negative perception. It justifies foreigners' negative perception of the country and U.S. citizens as a whole. Look, as fans, it sucks, right? Because we didn't have anything to do with that. But yeah, they're right. It does put a negative perception on the team and on the country. I will say, though, I don't think they needed reasons to hate the US. I don't think they did. I think that there was plenty of reasons for them. And sometimes, if not, they will invent reasons to hate the US. So I think it is what it is. I don't want to keep talking about the World Cup. All of my videos going forward are going to be about looking forward, right? And looking towards the future. I feel like I've, pretty much done what I can to address the World Cup. We did the post game. I had a video the next day. Tack and I just finished a video that you guys already saw. It's out on the channel as well. Talking about that World Cup roster and who stays and who doesn't and et cetera, et cetera. And the next video, which is coming out tomorrow, is looking toward the future because this team badly needs a refresh in depth. And it also needs more competition for spots in that starting lineup. So I can't really be too bothered right now about what the rest of the world thinks. Really, I'm focusing on what the fans think and how we move forward as a fan base. That's, to be honest, more interesting to me. I can't keep rehashing. I mean, I'm sure I'll bring it up from time to time. Of course, it's a huge moment and it's a huge World Cup. But when we bring up the World Cup, obviously Belgium overshadows many things. But it shouldn't take away from the 4 games previously where I thought we played quite well and we showed real progress with this team. So yeah, it is what it is, guys. I'm going to focus right now on Spain versus Belgium. And then obviously after that, look, we have more videos coming out that are forward looking. Let's go Spain, says Jeff Schwenk. Never rooting for Belgium. Yep, I'm with you. English officials. Interesting. Let's see who is the starter. They might say in the commentary who has replaced Tielemans. Did Tielemans get, maybe he got injured in the warm-up, right? Doesn't say who's replacing him. Onana's still injured. Let me go back to here and see who the backups are. My guess is maybe Witzel or Salamakers. No, Vanaken. It's probably going to be Hans Vanaken. Yeah, if Vanaken. That makes the most sense. Greg on Barstool Sports defending Pulisic, saying he bought appreciation gifts for all of his teammates when Triple G was in charge. Greg needs to shut the fuck up. Why is he even going on Barstool Sports? Like, what happened to shame, Greg? You got the first coach in history to be grouped at Copa America at home. You should never be allowed to discuss this national team ever again. Ever again. This guy should shut up and go coach Chicago. Like, dude, you failed so spectacularly. And now, of course, he's defending Pulisic. He wanted the entire team to run through Pulisic. That was his entire strategy. Absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. So, David Malan, Nico Williams is injured again. He was coming back from injury in the tournament itself, and then he got injured again. That's why he's on the bench for most of this tournament. You think Greg secretly loved that Poch lost? Oh, Greg loved that Poch lost. It took a little bit of focus away from how bad he was, right? Adam says, hey, Pete, do you think do you like Roberto Martinez as the next USMNT coach? No, not really. You kind of have to look at what he did with Belgium. They got grouped in the last World Cup, and then Portugal underachieved in this World Cup. I think his reputation as a coach has been kind of brought down a little bit. I don't think I would give Roberto Martinez the job, honestly. I'm worried that Triple G or Steve Cherundolo will end up coaching the team after Poch. I feel like the setup is... Dude, we can't bring back Greg Berhalter. We cannot bring back Greg Berhalter. That would be so wild. That would be so, so wild. Hey, Pete, when realistically would be a good time for Pellegrino Matarazzo to take over USMNT, and what would you want to see him achieve coaching-wise beforehand? I mean, look, the reality is the only way that we get Pellegrino Matarazzo is if he gets fired by Sociedad. That's the truth. That's the truth, right? Like, if he's playing well at Sociedad, he's not getting fired. So the only way we would get him is if he fails at Sociedad. And that's not something that we should want either, right? Maybe after Copa, I don't know. Like guys, before we talk about Pellegrino Matarazzo, we have to figure out who's going to be the actual coach. Is it going to be Poch? If it's not going to be Poch, maybe, Spain already in? Nah, that's out. It may not be, Poch. If it is Poch, does he sign for 4 more years? Does he just sign until Copa America and Olympics? Let's see, right? Pellegrino Matarazzo is not coming to coach the U.S. now. I mean, you can ask him. He just got to Sociedad. He won the Copa del Rey with them, saved them from relegation. I don't think he's interested right now, guys. I think it would be silly of him to, as he's getting another opportunity in Europe, to now leave that to try to coach the U.S. I mean, I would do it, okay? I'm a big USMNT fan. To me, that is my number one. If I was a coach, that's my number one job. But he probably doesn't see it that way. And he probably feels like he has unfinished business in Europe too. Misael the drummer says, I am shocked by the amount of fans that want Poch to return. He is not worth $6 million a year. So here's my question, Misael. Who do you think could do a better job than Poch? Like, who do you want? Who do you want, and why do you think they would do a better job than Poch? Pete, greetings from Lehi, Utah. Please don't leave YouTube. Also, I don't want Poch. He didn't beat a good team, lost to Mexico, and bad roster selection. There are definitely reasons to criticize Poch. I was not a big fan of some of his rosters. And even his World Cup roster was mostly fine, except for some of the depth pieces in midfield, right? There were some depth pieces in midfield. So, yeah, there's definitely criticisms for Poch. But again, when you say, I don't want Poch, you then have to say, who do you want and why you think they would be better? Because it's easy to say, I don't want this guy, right? But then the next step becomes, who do you think would be better than Poch? That's the next question. Nick Kruger says, U.S. Belgium fan, Martinez is similar to Southgate. Yeah, I think Martinez, that was pretty rough, right? FIFA is an acronym for Fixed It for Argentina. That's actually a great acronym. The rumor is Poch to Tottenham. No. Tottenham already got De Zerbi. De Zerbi signed a long-term contract with Tottenham. Poch doesn't really have anywhere to go right now, unless Argentina wants him. I don't know. I just want a coach who can get results. They do not have to be the most qualified coach. So give me a name, Misael, because you can argue, you could say this guy would get results. What do you mean by get results? Do you mean Belgium? And which coach do you think that if they were on the touchlines of that game would have beat Belgium? Like, honestly, tell me that, because it's easy to say this guy shouldn't be here, right? But until you say this guy would definitively be better, I want Callahan. So here we go. So Julian Vivas has a suggestion. I want Callahan because he seems like a good coach. I think there's a lot to like about Callahan, right? Had the team playing quite well, albeit in a very small sample size in CONCACAF when he was in charge. So that was good. Then he went to Nashville and turned that Nashville team around. Also good. Those are 2 reasons to want BJ Callahan, for sure. There's question marks about Callahan too. he's never coached outside of CONCACAF, right? He's never coached as a head coach outside of MLS. So why do we think he would be up for the international game? Being successful in MLS means almost nothing in the global game. So that would be a concern with BJ Callahan. And while I might not hate getting BJ Callahan, I think those would be some of the doubts I have about him. Do you realize our true golden age was under Bruce Arena and Bob Bradley? We do not need a Euro coach. Best results by far were under American coaches. All right, so let's address that. Bob Bradley did very well to get this team to a quarterfinal of a final of Confederations Cup. That's his big, big win, number one. Number two, he at least got us out of the group in the 2010 World Cup, and then we lost to Ghana, right? But that was certainly a good moment. Bruce Arena was very good in 2002, but a lot of people forget we got grouped in 2006. Grouped. That's when Bruce Arena was in charge. Bruce Arena was also in charge when we failed to qualify for the World Cup in 2018. All right. And if we're talking about other American coaches, Greg Berhalter, yet another one, was an absolute disaster of a coach. So, and let's remember too, okay, what did those coaches do? They sat back and they played bunker ball and they defended. That is a lot easier to do than to actually attack opponents and be a protagonist of the game and actually be able to attack teams. And in a way that we did in this World Cup, which was very, very impressive outside of the Belgium game. Okay. And if we're talking about foreign coaches, it was a German coach, Jurgen Klinsmann, who got us out of the group of death, kept us until overtime versus Belgium, and then got us to a Copa America semifinal. So this idea that, the Euro coaches have failed and that our best moments are under American coaches is just not true. No one wants to watch a park the bus team. Yeah, exactly. We are in the process of evolving from becoming Australia to becoming more like a Colombia or a Belgium or one of those type teams. We're not there yet, but we're on that journey right now. Okay. If the US goes back to bunker ball and just sits back and defends for 90 minutes and then hopes for a counterattack or a set piece to score goals, you might squeak a result here or there for sure. But you're not going to win any fans playing that way. And you're still not going to get past the round of 16 doing that. Maybe a quarterfinal if you get lucky, right? So we have to look at the context of every single result. I don't think Poch was perfect, and he certainly warrants some criticism, particularly Tim Ream, right? His love affair with Tim Ream made it very difficult. But also, we had a terrible goalkeeper. Guys. That's not Poch's fault. It's not Poch's fault that we don't have a good goalkeeper right now, right? We had Tim Howard and Brad Friedel before, who saved us a lot in games. That Belgium game in 2014 also could have been a blowout if it wasn't for Tim Howard, right? There are certain things Poch can't do anything about. He had this team playing very well with a very good mentality up until that Belgium game, and then the players shat the bed. If you think Poch could have done anything about the players shitting the bed, I don't know what to tell you. I think this one's on the players, guys. Give us Pep. I mean, you'd be crazy not to talk to Pep, for sure. I think you'd be crazy not to talk to him. The question is, does he even want the job? Do you think the USSF overlooked Marko Mitrovic? No, I don't. This team was very uninspiring in the Olympics, which he coached, right? And he has almost no experience as a head coach, right? He's just starting his coaching career. It's the same thing for a guy like Michael Bradley. It's like you have no data on this guy. It is a huge risk to hand the national team to a coach with almost no coaching experience. Ideally, you want 5 to 10 years of coaching experience and record of success in multiple clubs, not even just one. Because sometimes you can be successful. There are coaches who are successful in one place and then they flop everywhere else they go. So I don't think we should be looking at inexperienced coaches. This is the number one coaching job in the country. The number one coaching job in the country. And I don't think we should be looking at guys who are just starting their coaching career. All right, still 0-0, 10 minutes in. Spain, as you would expect, having a fair bit of possession. Jesse Marsch is never coming back, guys. We don't want him, and he doesn't want us, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't want that performative nonsense on the field, making it all about him. He's still whining and crying about the U.S., and he's doing a lot of dumb things. Yeah, I mean, there were one main player injured. That was Johnny Cardoso. We could have absolutely used Johnny, but unfortunately, he was not available. Yeah, exactly. Jesse Marsch is like the toxic ex who swears she's over you, but always brings you up no matter what. Yeah, that's very him. Belgium not doing much. Spain having a lot of the ball. Haven't really done much with it so far. Belgium trying to build out of the back here. Long ball in behind, looking for the Ketelare. Christensen. Again, with Thomas Christensen, he's done a really good job of getting Panama to kind of punch above their weight, right? So credit to him for that. But the same question that you have for Christensen would be the same for BJ, right? Like outside of CONCACAF, what did he really do with Panama? And look, nobody expected Panama to get out of their group, and there were some good moments in that game. But also, I don't know. I think we can do better. I wouldn't be against. Look, it's a very different thing to get a small country to punch above their weight, but the U.S. is not at the same level as Panama in terms of, quality. And he's going to have to deal with star players that are bigger than him. You need a coach, in my opinion, that is bigger than the players you have. Pochettino is bigger than all of the players we have. Thomas Christensen is not. You want a coach that can really set a hard line and be like, listen, I'm not going to tolerate this behavior. Screw you. I'm bigger than you. I will cut you from this team easily. All right. Belgium with a cross, easily grabbed by Unai Simon. Oh, yeah. Hit the like button, guys. Pete, who on Montreal should I look out for during the Nashville SC game? Like American prospect wise, none. They don't really have any prospects. No American prospects per se. Doku running at players. So far, so good. Oh, well done, Doku. De Ketelaere shoots, easily blocked by Cucurella. Heads it back. No Miguel Herrera, please. You want a guy who's going to punch journalists? Come on. We have to get a serious coach, guys. Love the channel. Keep it going. Thanks. Thank you, young Braveheart. Jalen Neal's there for Montreal, but he's not really a prospect, guys. He's like 22, 23 years old. That's not really a prospect anymore. No, not Bielsa, guys. Bielsa is long past it. He's just a curmudgeonly old man. The game has passed him by. He's a good tactician, but he doesn't know anything about players. I mean, that's not fair. His player management is awful, and he never takes responsibility. Guys, that would be a terrible, terrible fit. A video you and Tack should look back at your first roster prediction for 2026 and see what you got wrong. I think the focus of our videos right now is looking forward. We've done a lot of looking back already. I don't want to look back too much, right? Otherwise, then you're just living in the past. And the past can be a little bit depressing, even though there's some encouraging things to take. We have to look forward, guys. Lampard. Yeah, you're not getting Lampard. And also, look, he did well to get Coventry promoted to the Premier League. But we're not going to get Lampard. He's going to the Premier League with Coventry. You guys doing a 2030 prediction soon? I think so. My next video is not as much about 2030 and more about prospects that will be involved in the 2030 cycle. But then maybe after that, I'll do a 2030 roster video. Brian Schmetzer, you have the same problem as only good in MLS. He is unproven outside of MLS, and coaches better than him, Schmetzer, have gone to Europe and failed miserably. And by the way, Brian Schmetzer would be a huge MLS shill. Get ready for Paul Arriola, Jordan Morris, Jesus Ferreira, Paul Rothrock, Christian Roldan. They'd all be back. You thought Greg was bad? Wait till you see Brian Schmetzer. Michael Bradley is a brand new coach, guys. He has done nothing to deserve this job. Guys, we have to have some standards for this job. Michael Bradley has literally been a coach in MLS for 3 months. He has proven nothing. Absolutely not Gareth Southgate. Please, we don't need the English Greg. Jason Christ or Chris Armas? Graham Potter. Graham Potter, what did he really do with Sweden? Let's be honest. David Wagner has not coached first team soccer. Like, he's not been a head coach for a long time. He's got too many failures to consider, if I'm being honest. All right, Spain. Been kind of slow tempo so far, guys. Looking for Yamal with the long ball. Steven Gerrard. I actually wouldn't hate Ange Postecoglou. I wouldn't hate Ange. It would be funny to have an Aussie coaching our team, but I wouldn't hate it. He did well at Tottenham and Celtic. I'll give him his flowers. And he did well coaching Australia too. Honestly, I would not hate Ange Postecoglou. Velko Panovich. Oh my God. Velko Panovich. Oh, Belgium clear. Is that a free kick? It is, but it's the other way. It's against Yamal. Oh, he signed for Al Nasser? Who did? Ange? Ange Postecoglou? Oh, he signed for Al Nasser. You're not getting Rudy Garcia, guys. Please. Please. You're not going to get Rudy Garcia. Thierry Henry. Oh, the jokes write themselves. Can you imagine? Thierry Henry. Did you ever see this guy coaching Montreal? This guy failed in MLS, guys. He failed in MLS. Roy Hodgson. Oh, my God. It'd be geriatric time with Roy Hodgson. Whatever happened to Jalen Neal from LA Galaxy? Lots of injuries and never fulfilled his potential. Looks scared. Looks scared of the ball, guys. Had potential, doesn't have the mentality. Yogi Low. I've always wondered why Joachim Low never got another job. After he left Germany, he just disappeared. He's not, maybe he doesn't enjoy coaching. Maybe he's like, I don't want to do this. You would think he'd be good enough to get a job somewhere, right? But he never got another job. He hasn't been involved in the game for a long time. He eats his dingleberries on camera. His ass picking would get lots of ratings. Oh, no. Guys, you don't want to give it to a retiree. You don't want to give it to a retiree who's in their late 70s. They're just going to come here to... You want a coach who's still hungry with more to prove. You want a coach that's still hungry to be part of a project. Harry Redknapp. Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Harry Redknapp looks like he's forever asleep. He's got those like lazy eyes where he's just like, oh, no, I don't think. Oh, I think we can do better than that. Honestly, I'm not gonna let that, mate. Oh. There's no way Harry Redknapp. Phil Neville. Phil Neville couldn't even be good in MLS. Failed at Miami. Failed at Portland. Ridiculous. Bobby Robson. Yeah, Bobby Robson was a great manager. Rest in peace. Also, aren't they in talks with Pochettino to renew? Yeah, they are, guys. Let's wait and see if Pochettino stays. If Pochettino does not stay, then we can look around and see, okay, what are our options? Frank Lampard ain't coming, guys. Frank Lampard literally just got promoted to the Prem. Xavi Alonso. Didn't Xavi Alonso go to Chelsea? Xavi Alonso's at Chelsea. I mean, I would take Xavi, of course. Xavi Alonso, but he's at Chelsea now. Liam Rosenwa. Oh, God help us. Oh, God help us. Did Liam sign for Paris? Yeah, I think he signed for Paris FC also. Liam Rosenwa. Zidane should coach Algeria. His son is an awful goalkeeper. You're not getting Zidane, guys. You're not getting Zidane. Jimmy Conrad. Oh, no. Guys, Company is at Bayern Munich. Why would he leave Bayern Munich to coach the US? You got to be somewhat realistic in some of these. Cesc Fabregas is doing very well in Serie A. I doubt very much he's going anywhere. Steve Clark? No. You want a defensive manager like Steve Clark? Come on. Roberto Mancini? No. The special one, the Real Madrid coach? Founders manager, same problem. Good in MLS, unproven anywhere else. We should have the American coaches leave MLS and try to go prove themselves, right? Look at, what's his name? The French dude from Columbus Crew was the best coach in MLS by a country mile. The best coach in MLS. and then he goes to Celtic, one of the easiest jobs in the world to win at, right? You're literally at Celtic. You're the best team by far in the league, and he turned them into a laughingstock. And they fired him. Please, no Nancy. No Wilfred Nancy. He needs to come back to MLS and rebuild his reputation, because that was a disaster. Lionel Scaloni, guys, if Scaloni leaves Argentina, he's not going to take the US job. If he leaves Argentina, he probably wants to take a break or he wants a club job. Also, imagine you have to go from coaching Lionel Messi to Christian Pulisic. I would take Ralph Ragnick. Ralph Ragnick could be an interesting hire, for sure. Oh, the same Belgium dude is back dancing. The one that they showed celebrating all the goals against the US with his little outfit and his Viking horns. The comments mentioning EU coaches that wouldn't care about the USA. We need a South American proven coach, not someone here only for money. Yeah, I don't think it's so much about where they're from. I agree with you that you need somebody who is interested in the project, for sure. But I don't think what continent they're from matters as much. I would take a good EU coach who's hungry and who wants to do well and to show well and to be a part of this project until 2030. So I don't think it matters as much where you're from, but I do think it matters that they have to care, for sure. I don't think you want a retiree coach, guys. If you get a guy who's in his 70s, he's just coming to retire. He doesn't care. He's just going to get a paycheck and relax and, get a little house in the Hamptons or live in LA or whatever. Probably not even live here. And then he's not even going to care. Lopetegui could be interesting. Where is Lopetegui? Excuse me. Where is Lopetegui these days? Oh, is he out of a job right now? Honestly, talk to Lopetegui. I would take Lopetegui. Honestly, that's the best suggestion I've seen in the chat so far. Oh, he's with Qatar. That's right. He's with Qatar and they got smashed. Fuck, I forgot about that. Damn. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much you can do with this Qatar team, though. Right? Mactical. Keep trying. Yeah, Qatar is ass, guys. I don't know why you would even take that job. Like, what was he supposed to do with that job? Qatar's player pool is awful. Honestly, I would not hate Gustavo Alfaro. I would not hate Alfaro. This guy's got World Cup experience with Ecuador. Didn't do great with Ecuador, but were they really supposed to beat Senegal in the Netherlands? I don't know. Right? And then after that, incredible job with Paraguay. The defeat to us notwithstanding. Xavi Hernandez. Where is Xavi these days? He probably did it for the money. Yeah, that's true. Loppy was shit at West Ham too. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, he was good for Spain. Couldn't make it at Real Madrid. But I think, 3 jobs in a row is rough, right? Between Real Madrid, West Ham, and Qatar. I don't know about Lopetegui. Yeah, Xavi is in Saudi. Is that where he is these days? Xavi is at... Oh, he's not coaching any team right now. He's been linked with some jobs, but he's not coaching anyone right now. Yeah, talk to him. Here comes Spain. Yamal. Cross. Cut back. Olmo. Shot. Goal. Spain 1-0. Spain 1-0, guys. Let's go. Fabian. Let's go. Spain in the lead. Bye, Belgium. Bye. Let's get another one. All right, 29th minute. Spain takes the lead through Fabian Ruiz. Good goal. Nice little through ball there from Yamal. Cut back. No one's marking Doku. No one's marking Fabio. I'm not Doku. Olmo. And then no one's marking Fabio Ruiz as he pounces on that shot. You said you wanted a new champ. Why are you rooting for Spain? Yeah, I want a new champion, but not Belgium. Please. Although, hear me out, if Belgium were to win the World Cup, they're not going to, it would make our loss look a little bit it would look a little bit better, right? Because it's like, well, you did lose, but at least you lost to the champions. No, my number one is Norway right now. Norway. It was rigged. The pitch sucked. The Belgians. Yeah, they're going to blame the US for this. What's happening to De Bruyne? Boop. Right here in SoFi, guys. Right here in LA. Is Spain coaches leaving after this World Cup? I have no idea. I have no idea what's happening with De La Fuente after this. Julian Nagelsmann would be interesting for sure. I don't think I would hate Julian Nagelsmann. Obviously, losing to Paraguay sucked. But if we're very honest with ourselves, guys, Germany dominated that game from beginning to end, and they got very, very unlucky too. Very unlucky. There are some criticisms of Germany which are more than fair. But Germany was on a 24-game unbeaten run before that. So, yeah, definitely talk to Nagelsmann if you get a chance. Incredible Stan says, Vive les Bleus. Yeah, guys, I'm pretty sure. If I had to put money on it, France is winning this World Cup. France is definitely winning this World Cup. They got to their training facilities at LMU, looked at the pitch, and demanded they get moved to a better pitch. Belgium. What was wrong? Did they say what was wrong with it? Did they say what was wrong with it? Or was it just like, we don't think it's good? All right, it's all Spain right now. Lamine. Ooh. No foul, says the ref. No, it is a foul. Okay, free kick for Spain right outside the box. Right outside the box. Yeah, Doku again. That's the problem with Doku, right? He's an incredible winger. Ask him to defend, and it's not good. Poor pitch quality is what they said. I have no idea what that pitch quality is like at LMU. Yes, I'm watching on Telemundo, Josh. What about hiring Adolf Hutter, the old Monaco coach? I don't know, man. I mean, he's to a degree, he's probably a good coach, but I don't know. Do you really want a coach whose name is Adolf Hutter? Can you imagine the banter? Oh, save. Courtois with the very good save. Anthony Trumbull. Pete, how do I get a Serie C license and get involved coaching? Well, it's just called a C license, not a Serie C. But you can't get your C license until you get your D license. And you can't get your D license until you start with your youth license. So you got to start at the bottom. You got to start with your youth license. And then after that, it's like a series. You have your D license, your C, et cetera, et cetera. But you got to start with the basics. Oh no. Danny Olmo ran into the ref. Uh, What license do you have, Pete? I have a D license, and then I did my degree in coaching football from the UK, which had a lot of the material. I don't have a UEFA B license, but a lot of the material from the UEFA B license in Europe was used to make our course and our syllabus. Great tackle by Michael Oliver. Have you heard that Fox got mad about English speakers watching on Telemundo? Yeah, well, then maybe be better at your job. Maybe be better at your job. I was not born in Europe. No, I was born in Thailand. This is a great question. Isn't the fact that Chirundolo was hired when there's no rush to hire an under 23 coach a sign that Poch is not re-signing? Poch would want more control. No? Um, it's a great question. I don't know if Poch wants more control, right? It is a little weird. The timing is definitely weird. I don't know what it means for Pochettino, though. Does Pochettino care about the Olympics? Does he want the Olympic? You know what I mean? It's like maybe he doesn't care about the youth teams and he only wants to focus on his one job of coaching the national team, right? So we'll see. We'll see, Carlos. It's a tough one because I don't know. We also don't have a general manager. So who is making that call? Was it JT Batson? Like who's kind of in charge now that what's his name is gone? Looking at photos of LMU's pitch, it looks perfectly fine. Maybe the standards are higher in soccer than hurling, but for me, the pitch looks perfect. Yeah, I don't know what their issue was. I have no idea what their issue was. Spain, come on, man. Why so slow with it? There we go. Into midfield. Looking for Danny Olmo. Cleared. I have the worst Spanish and I prefer Telemundo. Yeah. I prefer Telemundo too. All right, Cucurella, Olmo, Yamal. Oh, great touch from Yamal. Oh, he dribbled past two players. Side netting. Damn, Yamal's looking dangerous here, guys. Nope. Not going to work, tactical. Not going to work. All right, Doku. Doku's 1v1. Cuts it back. Salamakers. De Bruyne. De Bruyne out wide. Cross to nobody. Oh, nice pass. Nice slip pass. Cross. Header. Go. Go. 1-1. 1-1. Belgium equalizes. De Ketelaere again. Isn't it wild, guys? De Ketelaere has no goals for Milan all season long. 0 goals for Milan. And he scored twice against the US and now against Spain. Same dude who scored on us. At least it's good to know. At least it's good to know that Spain can't defend either. First goal that Spain has conceded at this World Cup. First goal, guys. As a Puerto Rican, I am rooting for Sebastian Berhalter. Rumors for Europe. He's supposed to be going to Europe. The rumors that I heard were the championship, which is honestly the best move for him right now. He's not good enough to go play in a top 5 league. Well, that's not true. Here's the thing. James Sands played in a top 5 league. So if James Sands can play in a top 5 league. Oh, I'm sorry. Atalanta, guys, not Milan. James Sands can play in a top 5 league, then I'm pretty sure Berhalter can too. But I think he's better off starting in the championship and seeing how he does there. Low key, this is correct. If Belgium beats Spain, that'll help salvage USA's PR some. So it's a win-win situation here. That is true. That is true. If Belgium wins, I don't think they're going to, though. Spain looks like the better team. Is your father's name Anthony by chance? No. Why would it be Anthony? All right, Belgium's got the ball. It's 1-1. Michael Oliver dishes out the first yellow. Who's he giving it to? Kubarsi? Oh, yeah, that's a yellow card. He dragged him down by his shorts. Ah, that's a yellow. Come on. Tim Ream watching this and having PTSD. Tim Ream should never play for the national team again. Kubarsi is the Spanish defender. West Coast, Josh. West Coast. Los Angeles. He plays for Barca, K-Plum. Plays for Barcelona. All right, almost halftime, guys. Almost halftime. All right, Yamal. Doku's doing a lot of defending, or at least trying to defend here. Spain in the box. Shot. Very far wide. Wide and high. Damn. Kubarsi. At least Kubarsi tried to stay with his man. He's also 19. The kid will get better. The kid will get better. He's a 19-year-old center back. All right, here comes Spain. What can they do here? Can they score before halftime? Belgium very compact. Ooh, almost got on the end of that. That's a terrible clearance. That should be out for a throw. Instead, that'll be a Spanish corner. Are we still hyped for Brandon Craig? No. No. He's not even a prospect anymore. He's like 22, 23. All right, corner for Spain here. We're in 5 minutes of overtime. Extra time, sorry. Ooh. Oh, it's still in the box. Shot. Blocked. De Ketelare. Oh, he almost found Doku there. He almost found Doku. Spain win it back. Dani Olmo. This is becoming a good game now. Baena. Yamal has switched sides here. He's on the left. Cross to nobody for Spain. Goal kick for Belgium. Matthew Hoppe. Matthew Hoppe would not have been a coward versus Belgium. The Sonder Yikse boy. What do I think of Frankie Westfield? Decent athlete. Can put in a good cross. Hard worker. Not super technical. I don't think he ends up as an elite fullback ever. Ever. Maybe CONCACAF level. Maybe decent CONCACAF level player. Gold Cup type player. Oh, no. Bots. We haven't had bots in a while. Would it be a bad idea to try to get some of our prospects to play at the Olympics? A lot of our prospects will play at the Olympics. Just get them early experience. You literally have to play prospects at the Olympics because they have to be under 23. So we're going to have a lot of prospects playing at the Olympics, 100%. If they get released by their clubs. That's the caveat, right? If their clubs don't want to release them, then they're not required to release them. But it is the summer. It is in the summer. So hopefully the clubs will release their players because it is the summer. Most clubs are not playing during the Olympics. What overage players would you bring to the Olympics? Really depends on your roster construction. You also have potentially Copa America, right? At the same time. So it really depends on where are you weak. If you're going to get experienced players, they need to be better than the players that you have, right? You can't have like a Mark McKenzie there if you've got better center backs that are younger than him. So you kind of need preferably along the spine of the team. But I mean, maybe a Yunus Musa type player. I don't know. A lot depends on the progress that I'm going to tell you guys, we're going to have a lot. Watch my video tomorrow. I'm going to give you 20 prospects to watch for the 2030 cycle, 20 prospects that will be pushing for spots with this national team sooner rather than later, right? So I would say that I only put 20 because I didn't want to make the video an hour long. There's probably 50. There's probably 50. Halftime yet? Probably as soon as they kick this. All right, halftime in Spain versus Belgium, guys. Any updates on Xavier Gozo? As of right now, no. I know there's interest from Europe, but nothing concrete at this time. The Aston Villa have kind of lost interest, probably due to the price tag. And to be honest, I'm glad. I don't want him to go to Aston Villa. I don't think he's ready for that level. I think he needs to find an intermediate step first, because I don't think he would play much at Villa. All right. Halftime, guys. Are we still hyped for Kevin Paredes? Man, that dude just cannot stay healthy to save his life. Cannot stay healthy to save his life. Oh, not a Pulisic Visa card ad. This is what I find so funny when people say, Pulisic doesn't want to be the face of the team, guys. That's something that the media put on Pulisic. Yeah, well, guess what? Guess what? He has no problem taking all the commercials that come with being the face of the team. You're the face of the team. You get documentaries made about you. You get commercials and you get endorsements. He has no problem accepting those, but then he doesn't want to be the face of the team. Listen, dude, you can't have it both ways. If you don't want to be the face of the team, you turn down those commercials. Don't let them make documentaries about you. Don't let them into your private life and make it all about you. Okay? You don't want to be the face of the team, then you should turn all of that shit down. You can't have it both ways. You can't also have all the benefits of being the face of the team, but then also shy away from the responsibility that comes with it. That's not how that works. I will become a Patreon subscriber if you do a full 50-player video, maybe specifically for Patreon. No, I'm not going to do a 50-player video for Patreon, James. That's going to take me 2 days to do. But we are going to do a lot of like prospect-focused content on Patreon in the next month or two. So yeah, that will always be there. And by the way, actual clips of the players that I cannot put on YouTube because of copyright stuff, right? But on Patreon, I can show player comps, for example. We have a player comp from Kevin Sullivan's game against Ivory Coast, right? So I can do actual player comps on Patreon that I can't do on YouTube. John says, why would he turn down money? No one's asking him to turn down money. But when you get the advantages of being the face of the team, then what? Then you've got to accept the responsibility that comes with it. You can't have it both ways. You can't want the benefits of being the face of the team and then turn down the responsibility. Oh no. Pulisic card. When you need it most, it gets declined. Oh no. Oh no, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, let's take a look at some of the stats here. So expected goals for Spain was 1.08. For Belgium, it was 0.18, and they still scored, and yet it's still 1-1. 9 shots to 2. Yeah, Spain have been the better team by far. Look at this. Just look at the shots. 3 versus 1. 16 touches versus 5 in the box. 268 accurate passes, 150. Yeah, definitely it's been mostly Spain. Belgium did well to score their goal, but that's football, right? At the end of the day, it's who scores more goals. Thanks for your World Cup commentary. Agreed with your Pulisic take. First ad I saw after our 4-1 butt kicking, I felt like breaking the TV. Oh, no. That's like adding insult to injury. Pulisic ghosts, and then the first thing you see is an ad of him telling you to get a credit card. God help us. God help us. My condolences. That must have been rough. All right, guys. Let us have a word from a new sponsor. World Cup is here, and you're having fun watching the games. But while you're watching the games, you're also being tracked. It's intrusive, especially during a time as personal as supporting your team. This is where Proton VPN comes in. Who you watch and what you watch and how you watch it is nobody's business but yours. So having a VPN like Proton can really help you. It has IP address protection, which hides your IP in order to reduce tracking. Their no logs policy means they don't store or track your activity. It's open source, which is transparent, independently verified security. It's also based out of Switzerland, which has some of the strictest privacy laws in the world. Now, I have an offer for the viewers of 11 Yanks. You can get a 50% discount off a 1-month subscription to Proton VPN using my code. Or you can get a 65% discount for a plus 12 months with VPN and a 70% discount if you sign up for 24 months or more. You can click the link in the description below or use my code protonvpn.com/11yanks to take advantage of this discount. Thank you to Proton VPN. All right, guys. So thank you to Proton. The link is below. You can check it out. I don't know anything about Pulisic's dating right now, and frankly, I don't really care. The dude needs to just fucking learn how to play, he needs to take a break from the U.S. men's national team, I think. And he needs to come back hungry with something to prove and not be the face of the team. He can be a piece in the team. Pete, obviously, I enjoy your platform for the USMNT. Have you ever considered live chat on the weather? Not even once, Spicy Jeff. Not even once. A few days after the USMNT lost, says Dennis Wild, I'm a little more optimistic. The media are finally questioning pay to play and youth development. Maybe this defeat is a wake-up call U.S. soccer needed. I'm going to be honest. I don't think pay to play is going anywhere, right? And pay to play for the average suburban kid whose parents can afford it is fine. What you really need is academies everywhere that can bring in kids that can't afford it, kids from lower income backgrounds, kids that are hungry, kids that want to be a part of the game, but whose parents can't afford it. Now you have the MLS academies, but there's only 25 of them? Minnesota doesn't even have one. They don't even have one. And then the other 3 are Canadian teams, right? So there's 26 academies around the world and around the US. And some of them, like Portland and Houston, do an awful, awful job. There's only 4 academies that I'm looking at that I think are doing a good job right now, or 4 clubs that are doing a good job, right? San Diego, to be fair, most of them haven't really come from their academy, okay? But they have gotten young players that have been overlooked by other clubs, and they've been giving them an opportunity, okay? So San Diego, RSL is obviously doing a decent to good job. Philadelphia Union still doing a very good job, and the New York Red Bulls. Those 4. Dallas has done well in the past. But let me ask you this. What has Dallas done since Ricardo Pepi left for Europe in 2021? In those 5 years, not a single good prospect has come out of Dallas. Not one. So I'm sorry, but Dallas screwed the pooch. They used to be really good, and now they aren't doing jack. They aren't doing jack. Pulisic doesn't deserve a girlfriend after that mentality. That's harsh. That's harsh. Let the man have love in his life. Everyone deserves love. I don't mind CP retiring from the USMNT for good, says Steve. No, I mean, look, that's over the top, right? Pulisic needs a bit of a reality check and a wake-up call. And he needs to be good for the national team again, but I think he needs a break and he needs to come back to the national team hungry and ready to fight for a spot. But that's only going to happen, guys. That's only going to happen if there's actual guys pushing him. That's why we need guys like Kevin Sullivan and Xavier Gozo and Matisse Albert to really push and to enter this team hungry and ready to push for a spot. They have quality, but they need more, right? That's really, at the end of the day, you need quality on the all over the bench too, so that the starters are not too comfortable, right? They can't get too comfortable. Our starters were too comfortable in their spots, right? There was not enough pressure coming from the bench. So you need more of that. And then you need more quality players coming through, which I think we will in the near future. A class war is being waged through youth sports. I would argue a class war is being waged all over the country, all over the world right now. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. This is actually not true, Star Wars Station. This is not true. Someone has to pay for the coaches. That part is true. Correct. Either it's the parents or it is through taxes, forcing everyone else to pay for it when they don't want to. So, two things. Number one, that's not necessarily true. If we did what the rest of the world does, which is solidarity payments and training compensation, you would change the game completely. Okay? So, in most of the world, I'm going to take DeAndre Yedlin as an example because this one was actually waged in court. It's the tax dude. DeAndre Yedlin, when he was younger, played for a youth team, like a soccer club in Seattle. Okay, I think it was called Crossfire Premier. Then he ended up moving to the Seattle Sounders Academy, broke through with Seattle, went to the World Cup in 2014, and then got a move to Tottenham. Okay, so what should have happened then was that if training compensation and solidarity payments were made, then it would trickle down to the youth club for helping to develop DeAndre Yedlin. So if we did that, do you know what would happen? You would then have soccer clubs all over this country, even pay-to-play soccer clubs, giving more spots to really talented players and really focusing on player development instead of keeping suburban parents happy. Newcastle, not Tottenham. Thank you. Newcastle. So what would happen is now the incentive, the financial incentive would be on developing players. And if we did that, you would have more soccer clubs throughout this country being more focused on player development and not on satisfying the whims of, Karen, 42-year-old Karen, because little Tyler is not getting enough playing time. So that's very important. If we did that already, an open system would change the game. An open system would be a game changer too, because now there would be more investment throughout the whole country, even in smaller clubs. Smaller investors could come in and buy a USL club and put more money into things like player development and academies and good coaches, instead of giving $800 million to MLS just to even enter the league. Right? So that's a big part of it. And the other side of this is you're saying, forcing everyone else to pay for it when they don't want to. Do you want soccer to become big in this country? I would be totally fine with pushing some tax dollars towards soccer. I would. Maybe you wouldn't, but I would, especially when you think about some of the things our tax dollars are being spent on. Go look at some of the stuff your tax dollars are being spent on and tell me that soccer isn't developing our national team, developing players and becoming a soccer powerhouse wouldn't actually help the US. And by the way, it would also help economically because more players means more quality players getting sold to Europe. Where does that money go? From Europe into the American economy. Okay, so you've got to look at this a little bit more big picture than I don't like paying taxes. You're going to pay taxes regardless, Star Wars Satan. You are. Now, where those taxes go, a lot of the taxes that you're paying right now are going to nonsense. Why, in your mind, does USSF not allow solidarity payments or training compensation for youth clubs? Because MLS doesn't want to pay the money down. MLS is selfish and small-minded and insular. They don't want soccer to be huge in this country. They want all the soccer to go through them. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. There's so many problems with MLS, guys. So that's MLS international clubs should have to pay the 5%. International clubs do have to pay the 5%. That doesn't, it goes to the MLS clubs, right? They get the transfer fee, but it doesn't trickle down because MLS is hoarding everything at their level. That's 100% why. Do goalkeepers need the same technical ability at an early age in life as outfield players do? Yes. Yes, they do. Goalkeepers should be playing 3v3 with their friends from the ages of 5 to 12, right? Shouldn't be specializing as a goalkeeper when you're 8 years old. That's why we have goalkeepers now who can't play with their feet. I remember seeing 2 years ago, we spent 10 million on a squirrel census. Exactly. $10 million on a squirrel census. Can you imagine how many great academies you could set up with $10 million? You could easily take $1 million and start 10 academies around the country in areas that are maybe underserved. Howard could not play with his feet. Yeah, but Howard was at a time where goalkeepers weren't asked to play with their feet as much, right? And we weren't playing with our feet. The game has changed. The game has changed completely. Every top goalkeeper can play with their feet. All right, second half is about to start here. Let's pull up the score. It's 1-1, guys. This could go either way, second half. Why PA Classics did not get 5% for Pulisic? No MLS. Great question. Did PA Classics not get training compensation? Let's look this up for Pulisic. If they didn't, that's on them. They're at least supposed to ask for it. Because the United States operates outside the FIFA compensation system, American youth clubs are routinely denied these fees. However, rather than receiving funds through FIFA's mechanism, Pulisic personally gifted PA Classics substantial funds to construct a brand new, small-sided training facility for technical development. Yeah, it's the United States. We get exceptions. It's in FIFA's bylaws, by the way, that if you want to be a FIFA league, you have to have promotion and relegation. But FIFA grants an exception to the United States. It's ridiculous. They shouldn't allow that. They shouldn't allow that. Mexico's president and Liga MX are apparently teaming up to build 2,000 soccer academies there. Alexi Lalas would be livid if that happened here. Yeah, that's crazy. Good for them. Good for Mexico. Trying to do something about their own youth development problems, which they also have, right? Steven Spada says, I used to be a competitive snowboarder. The federal government does spend money there and a good amount of it. See? They give it to other sports. There's all kinds of Olympic sports that get government funding. Why can't we do it for soccer? Why can't we? All right, Spain in behind. Oh, grabbed by Courtois. No, other way around. I'm sorry. Belgium almost got in behind. Unai Simon grabbed it. If that happens, MLS will want more money. Yeah, no more money for MLS. MLS has plenty of money with all the billionaires that are franchise operators there. Oh, saved by Courtois. Yamal. Oh, he was offside anyways. Dang, that was close. Yeah, he's off, but barely. And Courtois made the save anyway. All right, 1-1, 49th minute. Pete, do we as fans tell casuals to boycott MLS and explain why? Well, I don't boycott MLS. I only watch MLS for the prospects, and I watch the teams that are actually doing well developing American players. And then I go watch USL games. That's what I do. You can do whatever you want, and you can tell your friends whatever you want. But if you want to do something that benefits American soccer, you can tell them two things. One, if you're going to watch MLS, watch the teams that are actually trying to develop players. Okay? So RSL, San Diego, Philadelphia, New York Red Bulls. Second, if you have a USL team, they're actually trying to implement ProRel, right? It's supposed to come 2 years from now. We'll see if they actually do it. But for now, they have shown the most will of any league to create some version of an open system. Is it going to work? I don't know. We'll see. But that's where I'm going to put my support for now until they prove otherwise. Oh, no, guys. I really can't have this going to penalties. I really can't. Spain. It's funny. Spain plays really slow in their defensive third and even their midfield third. And then all of a sudden they switch up the tempo and get into the final third. It's almost like they lull you to sleep and then they change the tempo on a whim. And then bam. Yamal, cross, Baena, Oyarzabal, back to Cucurella. Where can you watch USL teams? Like on TV. You can watch on Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus shows USL. But so much better to go to the stadium. If you have one near you, even if you have to drive a little bit, it's a much better stadium experience. When I go to Orange County games, I have so much more fun than I do when I would go to LA games, either Galaxy or LAFC. What if Belgium wins the World Cup? I would be very surprised. Very surprised. I can't see anyone getting past France right now. I really can't. Tickets are sold out for my local USL team. Dang, Jasper, what USL team is that? And how is it sold out? Cross from Spain. Belgium heads it down. Shot from distance, and it's way over from Dani Olmo. Way over. Rank the remaining 7 teams on who you want to win. Number 1, Norway. Number 2, Spain. Number 3, Belgium. Number 4, France. Number 5, Argentina. No, there's still Switzerland. Hang on. Ooh, Spain almost got through. Number 1, Norway. Number 2, Switzerland. Number 3, Spain. Number 4, Belgium. Number 5, let me see. Wait, hang on. Who am I missing? England, Norway, Argentina, France, Spain, Belgium, Switzerland. Okay. The last one is England. England's the last one. Okay. Then it's Argentina. Argentina is number 6. So 6 and 7 is Argentina and England. Number 1 would be Norway. Number 2 would be Switzerland. Number 3 would be Spain. Number 4 would be Belgium. And number 5 would be France. Yeah. And then 6 would be Argentina and 7 would be England. Sorry to the English in the chat, but I can't. I can't have you Brits winning the World Cup on American soil in our 250th anniversary. That would just be wrong. 6-7 reference. Hey, Pete, I haven't seen Tack chime in today. Yeah, I think he's taking a break today, or I think he's working on videos and stuff. Oh, Doku? Oh, almost cut it in. Oh, side netting from Belgium. Oh, they almost scored. De Kuiper with the side netting. FIFA president, that's not going to work for me, brother. Woo. Did you see PSG, Tottenham, and Chelsea are interested in Balogun? Yeah, I think I would prefer PSG, to be honest. Tottenham are kind of a mess. Chelsea already have, what's his name? Pedro. They already have Pedro there. Is Balogun going to start over Pedro? But then the problem is he's going to start over Dembele. That's the other issue, right? Pete, where did you live in India when you coached? Shrey, I lived in New Delhi. Well, technically Gurgaon, just outside Delhi. Spain trying to get through, Belgium clear. I won't lie, I'm nervous for World Cup qualifying. Why are you nervous? Why are you nervous? We have the team to do well. We have to get the grit and the mentality, especially when we're away from CONCACAF. And the way that CONCACAF is going to work it out, I don't think we're going to play Mexico or Canada in World Cup qualifying. Guys, we have 6.5 spots in CONCACAF now. There's no way we shouldn't qualify. No way. We are not that ass to Jeffrey. We just won 3 games at a World Cup. We're not that ass. Come on, let's not overreact. This team is not a bad team. We shit the bed in a big game against Belgium at the World Cup, but we destroyed Paraguay, thumped Australia. Our B team kept it tight with Turkey. All right. And then we beat Bosnia with 10 men. This team is not ass. You can't overreact to one bad loss. There should be consequences for sure, and we should figure out what went wrong. And, I think a lot of that is mentality, but we're not a team we're not an ass team. Come on. We scored 11 goals at the World Cup, guys. Ball in behind for Spain. Thibaut Courtois punches. Spain are probing here. Imagine us in El Salvador again. Good. Let's go to El Salvador and win. Remember, Greg could never win in CONCACAF away from home? Let's do better. Let's improve on that. All right, Yamal gives it away. Doku, fouled. Smart foul from Yamal. That's actually a very smart foul. Belgium was breaking away. Make the foul. I'm surprised he didn't get a yellow card, though. That's cynical. There will be 6 groups for World Cup qualifying. Group winners qualify. I don't even know if that's the format. Are you sure that's the format? Oh, Lukaku's going to come on. Oh, here comes Belgium. Ah, they gave it away in the box. "12 teams in 3 groups." Let me look this up. Let me bring this up and we'll talk about it. Okay. So round 1, the 22 lowest ranked teams based on the CONCACAF rankings are drawn into pairs for home and away knockout matchups. So we won't participate in that. Round 2, the 11 round winners join the 13 highest ranked CONCACAF nations. These 24 teams are divided into 6 groups of 4 and play a round robin schedule home and away. The 6 group winners and 6 runners up advance. Okay, so we start there. 6 groups of 4. So basically the top 2 in groups of 4 would go through. The 12 advancing teams would split into 3 groups of 4, playing another home and away round robin. The 3 group winners and 3 runners up, 6 teams total, automatically qualify. So it's a series of basically group stages for us. We have a group of 4 and we have to play them home and away, and then the top 2 advance. And then you get another group of 4 where the top 2 advance. So I was just going to say it, guys, that's an easy format for the US. I would like us to play more friendlies globally. Japan, Scotland, England, France, Ghana, even Paraguay. Yeah, I would like that too. Scotland, England, and France are tougher because of UEFA Nations League. UEFA doesn't have friendly spots really anymore. Very rarely. They're either in Euros qualifying for the next 2 years or they're in Nations League. Oh, here comes Belgium. Cross. Cleared by Spain. They're looking for Lukaku. Shot. Ooh, saved. Well, that was an easy save by Simon. Cross. Oh, that's a handball. That's a handball in the box. Guys, that should be a penalty for Belgium. That's a handball in the box. Is VAR not going to review that? I don't know, guys. That's a questionable hand. I mean, I guess it came off his chest, so you can argue there was no intent. Oh, here's Yamal. Lamine. Oh, score. Oh, saved by Courtois. This game's really come to life. This game has come to life. They said off a team. Oh, Spain almost scored here. If Spain was Argentina, easy penalty. Yeah, exactly. Spain definitely looked better, but it's very back and forth. Belgium have had their chances. Oh. Spain trying. Clattenburg says no because it came off teammate from short distance rule change. Ah, that's fair. They did change the rule. That's right. If it comes off your teammate from short distance, it's not a handball. That's fair. I think I missed a super chat here. Ah, yes, Dennis Wild. 50 million watched USA versus Belgium. That's a great number. Maybe US soccer's future is brighter than it looks. What do you think? I have no idea, right? So part of me thinks, yeah, but how many of those 15 million people are going to come back after they watched us choke, right? That's the problem. But soccer has always been popular in this country. It's American soccer that hasn't been popular in this country. That's the difference, right? We need some of those people to stay. We need some of those people to stay for sure and to try to, root with us for the team, to root with us for 2030. Even if, 1% of them stay, that's 500,000 people. That 500,000 people can make a big difference, right? Yeah, Lukaku is working Yamal. Shot, saved by Courtois. What's the time for your stream? I'm at 64:03, 04, 05, 06. I'm about 20 seconds behind the Fought Mob time. I think obviously we'll have some more fans, but not what we expected. Yeah, I think that's fair, Alex. Please don't go to extra time. I've got to work on a video after this, guys. I only have 3 hours. Please don't go to extra time. It's not what we need. If the US had Courtois, we would have made quarterfinal. I'm going to be honest. Sure, he wouldn't have made that Matt Freese mistake. I also think on the first goal, Matt Freese could have come off his line. He didn't come off his line. Spain is through. Yamal. Well defended by Belgium. Belgium's defending well. Doku fouled. Hit the like button, guys. If you haven't hit the like button, do it already. Courtois is down. Oh, no. That's not good for Belgium. Matt Freese kicking the grass was astonishing. Yeah, guys, it's like he doesn't even have the basics of being able to pass the ball around. It's crazy. Are you a US fan? Yeah. Look at the crest. Another crest. Accent. American jersey. 11 Yanks is the name of the channel. There were some hints there. That was a good save. Oh, I think he landed on his hip during the save. Pete, did you see in Paraguay they burned an Mbappe effigy? I am not surprised. I'm not totally surprised. This means so much more in the rest of the world. It means so much more. I thought you were an Irish guy with an American accent. I've actually gotten that before. People have asked me if I'm Irish because I have this weird mutt accent. I've played this sport since I was a kid and I've never kicked the ground. Yeah, neither have I. Not once in my life have I kicked the ground. All right, we're in hydration break number 2. "20 minutes till extra time, guys. I don't know if I can do extra time. It's going to wreck me." I went shooting with my weak foot. Yeah, but also all of us have played on worse fields than what Matt Freese was playing on. He was playing on a pristine pitch and still managed to kick the ground. Dude should never play again for the US. He really shouldn't. You hear about the FBI investigation, 300 million laundered by Argentina. Such a bad look considering the controversy and favoritism from FIFA. Yeah, I haven't really looked into the details of that. Maybe I will. Matt Freese, yeah, and then he goes home and becomes an MLS All-Star. Tim Ream also, MLS All-Star. That's American soccer for you. We reward failures. Come back from home after shitting the bed at the World Cup. Don't worry, buddy. Here you're an all-star. You get to play in an all-star game. Look, we're going to do some tricks. Yay. Let's play some bubble soccer. Yay. You think we're with a bunch of 7-year-olds. Guys literally failed. Instantly, the day after they fail on the biggest stage, what do they get? All-star. Such a joke. Lukaku with the flick-on header. Yeah, what's crazy too about that Matt Freese mistake was we were actually playing better in the second half. Go watch that game again. It was 2-1. We actually started playing better. We were starting to build up a bit of a rhythm. And then that completely killed it. Matt Freese completely killed it. Him and Tim Ream, don't forget, it got past Tim Ream. Ream could have blocked it. He was off balance and weirdly flicked it into his own net. Looks like he had zero coordination. He was standing on one foot, half falling over, and then it hits him and he kind of bounces into the net. And he just looks like, what? It wasn't just Matt Freese. It was also Tim Ream. Of course, Matt Freese is mostly responsible for kicking the ground. So stupid. Cucurella, header. Decent attempt by Oyarzabal, but that'll be a goal kick for Belgium. New keeper coming on. Yeah, Courtois is off. Oh, he's crying. He must be really injured. Lamine is coming on. All right, Lamine is coming on, guys. The future for Belgium. How old is Lamine now? Lamine he's not that old, right? He's still quite young. Yeah, he's only 24. He's still a young keeper. The future for Belgium, because Courtois is 34. Imagine having that kind of backup. We can't even have one. They take off Courtois and they bring on Man United's keeper. We've got fucking Matt Freese out here kicking the ground and writing Harvard dissertations at halftime. It's disgusting, guys. And Penders is 20. Yeah, Penders is 20. They've got 3 good goalkeepers. We can't even find one. All right. 72nd minute, still 1-1. Yes, he's a Harvard grad, guys. That tells you everything you need to know about American soccer. A Harvard grad is our goalkeeper. That's about as like college participation trophy as you can possibly get. All right, Yamal. Belgium doing mostly defending now. I think they're trying to hold on for extra time here. Is Brady good? He's young and he's got some quality. We don't know how good he's going to end up being. I think Brady, to make the next step in his career, I think Brady needs to leave. Go somewhere to Europe. Not to a big team to be a backup. Go to Belgium or Scotland or the Netherlands somewhere and continue to improve. because I think he's sort of hit his ceiling in MLS. He's made good progress in MLS. And to his credit, and to Berhalter's credit, since Berhalter got there, they play out of the back a lot more. So he's getting a lot more reps with his feet. I don't think he's ever going to be elite with his feet, guys. But can he be decent with his feet while being a very good shot stopper? Yes. Yes, he can. Did you know Matt Freese is on the board of US Soccer? Not joking. Look it up. Stop. That's ridiculous. There must be a different Matt Freese. You've got to be kidding. There's got to be a different Matt Freese. US Soccer Board of Directors. Members of the board. Cindy, Nathan Crinier, JT Batson, Jim Jasowski, John Mota, Steve Everett, Chris Aherns, Nelson Aquari, Sean Boyle, Whitney Engen, Cassidy Leak, Kate Ward, Matt Free. What? How is this guy on the board of US Soccer? What the fuck? Matt Freese currently plays for New York City FC in Major League Soccer. We know. He has represented the United States men's national team at the youth, Olympic, and senior team levels. Not well, I may add. Matt holds his bachelor's degree in economics from Harvard University, and his senior projects include a theoretical economic analysis of rising Major League Soccer franchise valuations and a cost-benefit analysis of hosting the Olympic. Jesus Christ. During Matt's first 4 years in Major League Soccer, he played for the blah, blah, blah. The fuck? He's a voting member of US Soccer? Now you know why he started. Jesus. You guys have to see this. I'm sorry. I'm taking down the game for a second. This is laughable. I have to laugh, guys, because if I don't laugh, I'm going to cry. Right here. Okay. So we're at US Soccer, members of the board, right? So we're all the way at the top, members of the US Soccer board. Okay. I don't know what he's here at adult council athlete council representative. He's probably part of the athlete council. You gotta be kidding me. Look, Matt Freese. Matt Freese currently plays for New York City in Major League Soccer. I have to tweet this out, guys. I have to tweet this out. This is now you know why he started. Oh my God, this guy's on the fucking board at US Soccer. Oh, that's so fucking funny. I'm going to tweet this out, guys. And if you're on Twitter, you're going to have to go and retweet this because this is just too funny. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God. Thank you for alerting me to that, whoever that was. I didn't even know that. Oh, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. He's on the USSF board. Oh my God. That is hilarious. Oh my God, you guys. What kind of garbage ass federation are we running here? I don't think it's AI, guys. I'm on US Soccer's board. I'm literally on US Soccer's board. I'm on their website. Unless somebody hijacked their website. I'm on US Soccer's website. It's hilarious. Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God. We might really be cooked. We might really be cooked. Guys, check out the website yourself. It's not AI. I went to US Soccer's website. Can we vote him out? Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's hilarious, guys. Oh, I can't right now. I have no words. You guys know me. I'm very rarely short of things to say. Oh, Nico Williams is back. Pete, Freese needs to get a wedgie on live television for that fiasco versus Belgium. Who's with me, chat? Oh my God. It's pronounced Mihai. Mihai Sogor. Mihai Sogor. And you're welcome. Thank you. Oh, that's so funny, guys. That's so funny. I mean, it's only funny because it's so absurd. Sorry. I'll bring the score back up. I just had to investigate that. Who was the one who said that? Was it Mihai? Yes, it was Mihai. Mihai, you're a hero for alerting us to this. Thank you. That is so ridiculous. I have no words, guys. I can't even. What? Guys, go to my Twitter and retweet that. Oh, that's so funny. And he's a voting member on the board. That means he gets a say in who the coach is. That means he gets a say in who the coach is because he's a voting member on the board. That means he gets to have a vote in whether or not we rehire Poch. The players should not have a vote. This is ridiculous. The players should not have a vote in who the coach is. That's absurd. So ridiculous. Every time you sub me off, you lose 1/10 of your bonus. Matt Freeze to Poch, probably. All right, it's still 1-1, guys. This is worse than the Leadership Council. Oh my God, guys. I'm trying to be positive about the future here. I really am. I promise. All right. Freese is also an executive board member of the MLS Players Association. He was elected rep for USSF Athlete Council in Jan 2021, Board of Directors 2025. I have no problem with him being on the MLS Players Association. That's literally his job, a board member of MLS Players Association. But a representative for the USSF Athlete Council, he's not just an athlete council, he's on the board of directors for US Soccer, guys. It's the board of directors, not the athlete council. It's the actual board of directors. So he picked himself for the MLS All-Stars. Oh, that is so funny. Oh. He's a voting member. I think FBI should investigate the US Soccer. Oh my God. He's going to vote for himself to be the next manager. I think this broke me a little bit today, guys. I think this broke me a little bit. Oh, Yamal. Oh, no. Bad touch. And Lamine claims it. Bulletproof. We found out through some very good sleuthing from Mihai that Matt Freese is a voting member of the U.S. Soccer Board of Directors. The same guy who kicked the ground. That's wild. God help us all, guys. Courtois injured, LOL. Yeah, he's off. He's off. I mean, I wouldn't cheer for that. I mean, I never want to see somebody get injured. Who was the player board member when Berhalter was the coach? It was still Matt Freese because apparently he was there 2021. This is wild. This is so wild, guys. 85 minutes. Spain won, Belgium won. It looks like we're heading into overtime. All right, De Bruyne is off. Hasn't done much today. Watch him give it to the referee. Okay, another substitution. Danny Olmo is coming off. Interesting. Olmo's off, and who's on? Oh, Marino. Marino's on for Olmo. Yeah, that would be some conflict of interest. 100% it would be. 100%. Spain cross. Belgium heads it out. Cucurella. They're probing in and around the box, guys. And no, I'm not referring to aliens or Spicy Jeff. Yamal tackled. Would you rather live in Spain or France? Probably Spain. I like Spanish people. They're quite fun. They're quite fun-loving people. The French can be a bit snobby. Yeah, but Star Wars Satan, you shouldn't have a player on the board. No player should be a voting member of the board of directors. No active duty player should be a member of the board of directors, a voting member, because that means they get to vote on the coach. They shouldn't get to have a say. No wonder our mentality is so weak. If we win, we'll just kick out if we lose, we'll just kick out the coach and expunge ourselves from any blame. Oh, shot from distance. Go, go, go. Oh, he's off. He's off. Is he? No, he's not off. All right. Belgium are going home, it looks like, guys. It was Lamins who spilled it. Marino with the follow-up. It was Lamins who spilled it, guys. All right, Spain 2, Belgium 1. 89th minute. Belgium have probably 5 to 7 minutes left to find an equalizer here. So look, this was a crazy shot from distance. Kubarsi, actually. Oh, it was Lamine who spilled it. Oh, yeah, he should have done better there. Oh, Lamine spilled that. Oof. Oh, he's not going to be able to forget that. Yeah, if it was Courtois, I don't think Courtois spills that. Oh, no. Yep. Yep. Keeper error. Keeper error there. Yeah, Marino just came on, too. Well, it looks like Belgium are going home. Pete, which do you like better, wings or ribs? Oh, 100% ribs. I like wings, but ribs are better. Matt Freese saves that. Oh, Matt Freese, it would squirm. He wouldn't even save it. It would squirm under his body. The initial shot that Lamine saved, Freese wouldn't even save that. It would go under his body. Typical Man U player, choking in big moments. Courtois is out because he got injured. He got injured. All right, 90 minutes, guys. 90 minutes. Oh, yeah, Marino also scored the winner against Portugal. That's right. That's right. 7 minutes of extra time. All right. Belgium have 7 minutes to save their World Cup. Seven minutes, guys. 7 minutes. Well, 6.5 now. Marino has more goals in this World Cup than Yamal. Yeah, I don't think Yamal is actually fully fit. He came into the World Cup injured. So I think he's still working his way back to full fitness. And there's also rhythm, right? Sometimes you need to have your rhythm. And when you're just coming back from injury, you're a little bit stiffer than usual. He's still a very good player. I wouldn't put this one on Yamal, guys. I wouldn't blame Yamal for how he's played at this World Cup. He's a literal teenager coming back from injury. He's a winger, Ebony. Yamal is a right winger. I mean, he can play on both wings, but he usually comes off the right onto what we call an inverted winger in soccer, with a player who's strong foot. Like if he's left footed, he plays on the right so that he can cut inside. French are predisposed to hate the US. To be fair, I think the French hate almost everyone except themselves, or at least they think they're better than everyone themselves. That's been my experience. I've actually met some really nice French people, especially outside of Paris. Paris, they're a bit more snobby. Oh, our Belgium through. Cleared. Oh my God. Whoo. Wow. Unai Simon came out and got beat, and then Salamaker's cross was cut out, and then Simon grabbed it. Yeah, guys, I'm not going to stream Argentina versus Switzerland tomorrow or England versus Norway, okay? I'm taking a break. I'm going to release a video instead, and then I'll be back for the semifinal. I'll do one of the semifinals. TAC will probably do the other one, just to give you an update. And tomorrow, I have a video coming out about a top 20, well, not the top 20 prospects, but 20 prospects that could be involved with the US this cycle that could make us better. No, Argentina is not tonight. Argentina, Switzerland is tomorrow. Both Norway, England, and Argentina, Switzerland are tomorrow. How are you two doing the final? Oh, we'll just talk and see who wants it. We'll both watch the final. We'll see. Attack may do it. I may do it. We have to talk about it. We'll see. All right. 3 minutes left for Belgium to salvage this. Free kick for Spain. Marino fouled. I don't think Belgium are scoring, guys. I don't think they're scoring. The problem with Belgium, too, is this is really the last of their golden generation, right? Courtois, Brandon Michele, Hans Vanaken, De Bruyne, and Thomas Meunier, Axel Witsel, Lukaku, even Trossard is 31. Belgium needs a huge refresh because all of these guys are starting to age. Not all, but a lot of them. They still have some younger guys for sure, but they're going to need a huge big time refresh. It is never too late to get into soccer, Marcus. Get your 6-year-old into soccer now. The sooner the better. He's still young. Would have been better if he started at like 3, but it's never too late. It's never too late. Get him into soccer for sure. Oh, that could be a red card there for Axel Witsel. Ooh. That's studs up. That's a studs up challenge. No? Nothing? Is VAR not going to check this? Throw in for Belgium? Interesting. Why didn't they check that? That could have been a red for Belgium. I mean, not that it would matter in the long run, but... All right. Cross. Ooh, Lukaku. Now marked too heavily. Oh, no. He barged the keeper. He barged the keeper there. He didn't even get a yellow? Yeah, Lukaku barged straight into Unai Simon. That's a foul. What do we do about Fries? Never call him up again. That's what we should do about Fries. That's not a penalty, guys. Lukaku barged into Simon. All right, 45 seconds left for Belgium. Spain currently have the ball. Cucurella, shot from distance, easily picked up by Lamine. How did no one know Fries was on the board of directors? I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not exactly scrolling down the board of directors on US Soccer. I got better things to do with my time. But credit to Mihai for alerting us. Yeah, they've got Raya on the bench for Spain. Again, most of these big teams have like 3 very good goalkeepers. 3 very good goalkeepers. All right, that's it, guys. Spain wins 2-1. Game over. Belgium are knocked out. Going home, going to make their waffles. And Spain go through to the semifinal where they will face the winner of England. No, I'm sorry. They will face France. Spain will face France. Non-winning generations aren't golden. See, I disagree. For Belgium to get 3rd place in the World Cup, that was a golden generation. From where they came from, they had nothing. They had nothing. They had nobody. And in 10 years, they went from nothing to 3rd place at the World Cup. So credit to Belgium there. That's because they overhauled their U system. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out for this video dropping tomorrow about prospects. Make sure you check that one out. Check out the Patreon. Link is in the description below. And thank you to FanDuel for sponsoring the channel.